All right, guys, so today we've got a pretty simple project with the truck. As you can see, we've already started on this one wheel right here. They were looking pretty rough. I didn't feel like throwing a whole lot of money into it as I got the setup for pretty cheap. So we're gonna go over it with some of this Rust-Oleum metallic silver paint. And this right here is the before. As you can probably notice, the wheels are in fairly rough shape. Most of the clear coat is gone. As you can see, it's basically all gone. They're not terrible looking wheels. They're kind of knockoff Method style wheels. But we're already halfway done. We've done that right side so far. I got about 2 coats of this stuff right here. And then I did also pick up some clear coat to go over it with. And we're gonna see how that pans out. So you can kind of see, we've got this one here. This one didn't go as well as the one up front. But basically what we're doing here, we did not take the wheels off. I did not want to put a whole lot of effort into this or money. The paint for me was about $16 for the 2 cans of clear and the 2 cans of the metallic silver. So basically what we did, we left the wheel on there. We covered up the line here with some painter's tape, and then we plugged the lug holes because it would have looked a little funky to me if the clear did go in there. And then we went over it with some, we did some rough sanding of it. And I only did, I finalized with some 200 grit sandpaper. Nothing crazy or anything. And then we're just hitting it with that. This is a work truck. It's not meant to be super pretty or anything, but I did figure we could make those wheels look a little bit better. So this is without the clear, and shortly we will be going over it with some clear, and we'll get back to you with that. All right, so now we've got this taped off here. As you can see, we did some light sanding of it. They're pretty old, messed up wheels, so it's not like you're gonna get these perfect or anything. They got some deep gouges and some stuff like that in them that, you know, some paint will make it look better, but it's not gonna make it perfect. And then we just stuffed that in and now we're gonna hit it with some of that silver metallic, and I'll show you what it looks like after a couple coats. All right, so we are pretty much done here. They don't exactly look the best, but they looked pretty crappy before. And I'd say they've gone from like 20 footers to like 5 or 10 footers, depending on which one. This one right here is probably like one of the better looking ones. But, you know, just kind of a cheap improvement there. Like I said, didn't really spend anything on the paint. Didn't really put much prep work into it at all. And pretty low effort way to make it look a little bit better. Unfortunately, I couldn't really polish the old ones out because the clear coat was gone. But I'd say it looks a bit better now, you know. It's sitting pretty well. I don't know if I said before, but so on this truck we have a rough country 3-inch lift, and we have these 17-inch wheels with 35 by 12.5-inch Toyo open country tires. Got this truck about a year ago. It also does have a Champion 3-row aluminum radiator with the trans cooler in it. Straight piped. We're gonna be fixing that soon. But these do perform pretty well as full-size trucks. I don't have any really complaints so far. Definitely a much larger bang for your buck than some of the other manufacturers like Ford, Toyota. To get a truck with as low mileage as this one in condition like this one, I would have been spending like 50% more. So I've been pretty happy with this one. I have had friends and I know people that have had them for 300,000-400,000 miles with no issues. And so far this truck, the only issue I've ever really had is that radiator, which is one of the only really common issues on this truck. So there we have a $16 improvement on here. I don't know if I also mentioned this before, but these whole wheel and tire setup I got for this truck were $500 off Facebook Marketplace. The tires are older, but they do have pretty good tread left. So there we go.